guys don't have anything to say. That's gross. Could clean that up, maybe? They just let you walk right on in here? Oh, this place is a mess.
I didn't take Blackwall's life. I traded his death. He wanted me for the Wardens, but there was an ambush. Darkspawn. He was killed. I took his name to stop the world from losing a good man. But a good man, the man he was, wouldn't have let another die in his place.
Dying makes up for it.
You saved that man. That took courage.
Courage? I killed innocent people. Destroyed Mornay's life and the lives of others like him. One moment of courage will not make up for that. Why are you here?
I want to help. That's up to you.
I needed you to know you aren't alone in this.
Don't you understand? I gave the order to kill Lord Callier, his entourage, and I lied to my men about what they were doing. When it came to light, I ran. Those men, my men, paid for my treason, while I was pretending to be a better man. This is what I am. A murderer, a traitor, a monster.
Yeah.
I know you're more than what you say. Have some faith in yourself.
He didn't keep running, so I think that stands for something.
Yes?
Questions. Who was the real Blackwall?
I need to know about Blackwall. The real Blackwall.
We met in a tavern when I was on the run. I was nothing, a waste of life. But he wanted to recruit me. We headed to Valshavan for the joining. But Blackwall insisted on making a stop along the way. An old ruin from one of the previous blights. He said it led to the deep roads. I was to go down alone, find a darkspawn, and fill a vial with its blood. When I returned, I found the warden ambushed by more of the creatures. He took a blow for me. He shouldn't have died. It should have been me.
He didn't think so.
Not saying I disagree, but Blackwall clearly thought you were worth saving.
No one should have died for me. He would have wanted me to carry on to Valshavan, I'm certain. But without Blackwall, there was no proof that I'd been recruited. That I didn't kill him. I couldn't go to the Wardens. But I couldn't just walk away. So, Rainier died. And Blackwall lived.
Who's Tom Rainier?
Who were you before this mess?
I was a captain in the Orlesian army. Well regarded, respected. But it wasn't enough. One mistake. One mistake and everything I worked for fell apart.
And who's Mornay?
The man on the gallows, Mornay. Who was he?
My second in command. He was a good man. When I heard he'd been caught, I was resolved to stop his execution. Couldn't let another die for my mistake.
So what happened?
I need to know the details of what you did. Who you killed, why.
I betrayed the Empire and assassinated a general, all for gold. The man was General Vincent Callier. My employer was a Chevalier, Robert Chapuis. Sir Robert believed that Grand Duke Gaspard was the rightful ruler of Orlais and would eventually take the throne. He thought that by eliminating one of Celine's loyal supporters, he might endear himself to the true Emperor. I can't say if Robert's plan would have worked. I didn't care. There was good coin offered, and I took it. By the time Sir Robert's involvement was uncovered, I was long gone. Of course, the Grand Duke disavowed any knowledge of the act and publicly condemned it. Robert killed himself. Poison in his wine. Another victim of the great game.
But you murdered Callier's family?
My reports say that Callier was with his family. You had them all slaughtered.
I didn't know Callier would be traveling with his family. I assumed only soldiers, armed guards. My men had been told to eliminate everyone. They'd seen war. They thought they were defending their country. No one likes to think about that. But it's names that carry power in this world. Bloodlines. Heirs. No matter how leaders like Celine or Gaspard pretend the game is played, that's how real war is waged.
You weren't at war.
But you weren't at war, not really.
I've been on enough battlefields to know the same crime at the right time would have earned a medal. But that's what I did, and why I deserve to be here.
What did you tell your men?
You got your men to help you. What did you tell them?
They didn't know who they were attacking. I told them it was an important mission. They trusted me without question, just as your men trust you.
I don't know.
Our men follow me because they believe our cause is righteous.
They believe it because that's what you tell them.
I think we've asked all the questions, but let's check.
There's another thing I'm still wondering.
Yes?
Yeah, that's it.
That's all for now.
Okay. There's nothing down here, right? Can't loot the Valreo prison.
I have Liliana's report on Tom Rainier.
Summarize it?
Give me the overview.
Looks like our friend was once a respected captain in the Imperial Orlesian army. Before the Civil War, he was turned, persuaded to assassinate one of Celine's biggest supporters. He led a group of fiercely loyal men on this mission, and told them nothing of it. His men took the fall for him. A few lucky ones, like Mornay, managed to escape.
Has she had this the whole time?
Let me guess. Our spy master had this lying around somewhere, didn't she?
It would have been difficult for anyone to connect Blackwall to Rainier. Even Liliana has something of a blind spot when it comes to wardens.
So is that a no?
What do we do now? Blackwall... Rainier has accepted his fate, but you don't have to. We have resources. If he's released to us, you may pass judgment on him yourself.
What would you do?
If it were up to you, what would happen?
What he did to the men under his command was unacceptable. He betrayed their trust, betrayed ours. I despise him for it. And yet he fought as a warden, joined the Inquisition, gave his blood for our cause. And the moment he shakes off his past, he turns around and owns up to it. Why?
People change.
He wanted to change. To prove that he'd really left his past behind. He had to face up to it.
Saving Mornay the way he did took courage, I'll give him that. But I can't tell you what to do.
Let me think on it.
I need to think about it.
Do what you must, but come to a decision soon. This will not wait forever.
So we gotta go back to the war table. Okay. Oop.
Understand voting among the clerics has begun to favor Sister Nightingale.
Interesting.
The lay sister in the Inquisition. Have they gone mad?
I'm told she's a good woman, decisive and powerful.
Well met.
She may be exactly what the Chantry needs.
I pray you're right. This could tear us apart just when we need stability the most.
Interesting.
I don't have a concern about this Corypheus or what have you. The right hand will be divine.
A hard one, she.
Oh.
Set on the way things were.
So, perhaps you should amend your tone.
Really? Does she strike you as someone who'll suffer what you dish out?
Okay, so I thought maybe these were indications of who you had in line, but Leliana's left, so they're talking about Cassandra here.
Greetings.
No talk about Vivian. Okay. That would make sense, because no one would see that coming. Alright, upper level of the bazaar. Change floor. Oh, there's a shop. Okay.
Even death must be pretty
From
and
the lowest
fresh.
slaves to the highest kings. Those who bring harm without provocation to the least of his children are hated and accursed by the Maker.
Pretty sure you're reciting the chant.
You are certain of these rumors? A mage? Considered for divine?
If true, it could bring them back to the Chantry. Make them feel less imprisoned.
That is not the Chantry I was promised. Our most holy cannot. She is effective, but...
What is it, sister?
I accepted this life because it promised to save me from change.
That's not how the world works. Okay. Yes, shop was back here. This is the guy with the special shop.
Is this a shop?
I maintain a premises wherein customers of a certain affluence entertain the purchase of my ware. So yes, a shop.
Okay. Can I see what you have?
Very well. What do you have for sale?
I have one item available for purchase. It is far too expensive for it merely to be sold. You may gaze upon it and dream of the wealth required to possess it, as have lords and kings. And then you may leave and purchase things from shops more aligned with your station.
Jeez, dude. What is it?
I can't see it. Tell me what it is.
If you have to ask, you are not the one to buy it.
I need to know if I can use it.
And again, the point is missed. If mere use is your concern, you should go elsewhere. The person who claims this will not be known for using it. They will be known because they paid for it.
Is it worth the money, though?
So you sell one very expensive item, and it's worth it?
Let me now interrupt the inevitable defense of your thrift. I'm sure you have treasures, and you will have many more. You could parade them from here to Halam Shiral, but none of that would allow you to say you have purchased this. The item is irrelevant. The price is worth it.
I don't know. How do you stay in business?
How do you keep the doors open on a shop with one item?
My shop is a destination. Luminaries of every description journey here to see what is denied to them. Some pay tribute, in the vain hope I will barter. They do not have the will to pay the price. They require a bargain to justify the spend, to ease their conscience. That would defeat the entirety of the purpose.
Well,
I don't see why this is special. Anyone can overprice something.
To overprice an item, the item must have a known value already. It is then priced over what it is worth. This has only the value I have set. It has never had another. It is not overpriced. It is priced.
I don't think knowing who I am helps, but I'm gonna say it.
I'll have you know that I'm the Inquisitor.
Of course you are.
I am.
And at this moment you are just as important as any other dreamer who enters my boutique. And just as deserving.
Well, goodbye then.
Yes.
Orlais. Oh, it's right there. Mystery box. Oh, hey, that's cheaper than it normally is. So the perks that we have gotten from Josephine, so mysterious. That helps because it's normally 10,000. I don't want to do it, but I'll do it. It's a Nug statue. Operation available. That's kind of cute. Can I put it in my bedroom?
Purchased? What becomes of Darkspawn?
What? You wanted... Why do you... What are these? Why do you have them? It looks human.
I am undone. Buried in wealth, but undone.
But so was... If the point was to the... Wait. You're undone because someone purchased your thing? Folly of General Not Sheraton. I think we picked this up.
I am undone.
Okay.
Buried in wealth, but undone.
Look, you still have the statue. You can put it back in a box if you want. Let's see if there's anything up here. There probably isn't.
The Winter Palace assaulted. Duchess Florian disgraced.
A shock, I agree.
A shock? This is devastating. How could you not see as much?
Perhaps I was numbed by the tearing of the sky.
Alright, that's not important. We can cut that out.
Well, events have certainly happened.
Yes. Yes, they have. Your connections are as worthless as mine?
More so, I should think. I have only now stopped shaking.
An elf? Well, if you don't mind, I've affairs to put in order.
Will it matter?
Not a whit.
I have upset some people. I'm okay with that. Was there something? No. Just my imagination.
Please calm yourself. You'll cause yourself harm.
They say an elf pulls strings from the shadows. An elf! Reprisals will come.
Your standing will recover.
What is this
You are
now?
broadly invested.
My world is at risk, my friend.
Welcome then. You'll finally join the rest of us.
I upset some people. I don't think there's anyone else up here.
And you? Of course.
Let's go downstairs. If I can get downstairs. Okay, back to Skyhold. Alright. Oh, everybody's done. Ambassador Montilier. It is rare to hear of those in Orlais treating spirits as anything other than beasts to kill, and rarer still for anyone to care enough for one to help them. I have given the amulet to your people freely in hopes that the Inquisition will continue this open-minded approach. We wish you luck in healing the sky, whose rifts have damaged the Fade, even here in Ravane. Lady Anna Maria of Darsmund. Okay, got an amulet for Cole now. Note to Skyhold gate guards. I hear the mayor of Crestwood's been found. When he comes in, stick him in the holding cells, let him stew there until the Inquisitor brings him out for judgment. With our help, Guard Captain Aveline took care of Sebastian's forces. Lavellan's spies say he has grown deeply impatient and is making plans to retreat. Which is excellent. I need... Where's the operation for Blackwall? Oh, is it this? Yes. If you think it worthwhile, we can have Tom Rainier, previously known to us as Blackwall, released from the Valrail prison in which he awaits justice. Keep in mind, Inquisitor, that he is wanted on Orlais for the massacre which claimed the lives of Lord Vincent Callier, general and staunch ally of Selene and all of Callier's family. I leave this in your hands, Cullen. So Josephine, we can use connections. You can request a special dispensation from the Orlesian throne, allowing Tom Rainier to be transferred to Inquisition custody. This may anger some, but after Halam Shiral, they owe us a favor. 2 problems, 1 solution. There was a traitor to our cause, a man similar in build and appearance to Rainier. We bind him and gag him and have him take Rainier's place. He is condemned instead, and the world believes Rainier has paid the price. We can storm the prison with a small force and take Rainier into our custody. Valrail's prison guards will oppose us. We should be prepared for casualties. So Cullen pretty much kills people. Lavellan puts another in Tom's place, which he's gonna... This seems like the best of any option, really. So we're gonna do that. The dispensation came. Few questions asked. What passed in Halam Shiral is fresh in their minds. Rainier awaits your judgment. Alright, let's assign some people. I want to do this. Zalen, thanks to the efforts of your Inquisition, Clan Lavellan is safe within the city of Wycombe, and Duke Antoine's mad efforts to destroy us have ended with his death. For now, I lead both our clan and the elves of the city, while the human merchants have formed a group that deals with us fairly and honorably. The other cities of the Free Marches listen to the false stories of the nobles who fled. I fear they will retaliate, but I am loath to flee this city, as that would effectively leave the city elves to die for our actions. If you have a path that leads to safety for our people, I welcome your advice. Josephine would try and convince the remaining marchers to listen to reason. If we negotiate, the marchers will kill the elves, then send apologies. We must fortify the city. So Cullen knows what's going on here.
All right.
Send Cullen. That's gonna take forever. Oh, this is still here. The disgraced Grey Warden, Sir Ruth, wishes to make good on your judgment, Inquisitor. She has asked for assistance in reaching one of the deeper recesses of the Deep Roads, so that her premature calling might serve a greater good. Laudable, but any expedition to the Deep Roads comes with considerable risk. So Josephine suggests an invitation over an escort? Our dwarven contacts would welcome the chance to bolster their forces with a warden on her calling. An escort is simple. I could also arrange to note her exact path, should you wish to recover her body for any perceived honors. And Cullen would have soldiers, well, he would take volunteers to escort her. My concern is that they would not stop at escorting. I like Lavellan.
Inquisitor.
So we're gonna do her, and I need something. Josephine. Let's go ahead. This is the word table mission we got from purchasing the box. Our researcher is fascinated by the lore fashioned from the Golden Nug. She believes that her knowledge of the involved species, combined with the elimination of the apex predators, can result in an opportunity to flesh out something bigger. Something that will truly inspire on the field. It is certainly worth investigating. So anyone can do it. It doesn't matter. Our allies will see the lures properly placed and report well on the results.
Let us begin.
might as well just do that. Alright, let's go change your clothes. Okay.
For judgment this day, Inquisitor, I must present Captain Tom Rainier, formerly known to us as Warden Blackwall. His crimes... well, you are aware of his crimes. It was no small expense to bring him here, but the decision of what to do with him is now yours.
I didn't think this would be easy, but it's harder than I thought.
Another thing to regret. What did you have to do to release me?
Josephine called in a few favors. There are enough people out there who owe the Inquisition.
And what happens to the reputation the Ambassador has so carefully cultivated?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
The world will learn how you've used your influence. They'll know the Inquisition is corrupt.
Not necessarily. I mean, the other options were way worse.
I wish there'd been another way, but my options were limited.
You could have left me there. I accepted my punishment. I was ready for all this to end. Why would you stop it? What becomes of me now?
So, you can send him back to the Wardens, which is a perfectly valid option. You can, so this option, you force him to assume the name of Blackwall again and pretend to be a warden and use his influence that way. But I like this one.
You have your freedom.
It cannot be as simple as that.
It isn't.
Sarah proves.
You're free to atone as the man you are, not the traitor you thought you were or the warden you pretended to be.
The man I am. I barely know him. But I have a lot to make up for. If my future is mine, then I pledge it to the Inquisition. My sword is yours. If I'd said anything less, would an arrow from the rookery have snuffed me like a candle?
Take your post, Tom Rainier.
Okay, so we will talk to him in a minute. We gotta judge someone else.
Mayor Gregory Dedrick of Crestwood is present for betraying his own constituents. He confesses that, 10 years ago, he flooded Old Crestwood to kill refugees and villagers touched by the Blight. The mayor claims it was to spare the rest of Crestwood, but we only have his word.
That muddles things. I don't know if he does have a chance.
He's pleading guilty while claiming he's not. Which is it?
There's no cure for the Blight. But I couldn't convince anyone to leave a sick child or husband behind.
So you herded the infected into one place and flooded Old Crestwood? Were no innocents caught in the waters?
Nearly everyone in the village had the Blight. I swear it. Have mercy. I couldn't tell the survivors I'd drowned their own families to save them. I couldn't.
So you can exile him, lock him up, which is pointless. Kill him, which I don't like. This option you only get after Here Lies the Abyss, and if you choose to not exile the Wardens, which is why I've put this off.
The Blight was your undoing.
Solas.
Let it also be your means of redemption. I give you to our allies in the Grey Wardens, to fight darkspawn until the calling takes you.
I don't deserve the honor, your worship, but I'll do my best.
Okay. Let's go change again. Okay. Let's see. We have an amulet for Cole. I need to go talk to Blackwall. Let's do that first. Excuse me.
Inquisitor?
What do I call you now?
How shall I refer to you? Rainier or Blackwall?
I've gotten used to Blackwall. Perhaps we could treat it as less of a name and more of a title. Almost like Inquisitor. Reminds me of what I ought to be.
What's noble?
Everyone needs something to aspire to.
Exactly. I'm glad you understand.
I don't know what he's gonna have to say, but...
Is there anything you actually know about the Wardens? Or did you make it all up?
I made very little up. I also feared you knew enough to contradict me. Warden Blackwall told me a bit before my initiation, but it is a secretive order. Not even the most senior Wardens know all there is to know.
Which is true. You never heard the calling.
Now we know why you were never worried about Corypheus's calling.
Yes. I have none of the Warden's abilities and none of the drawbacks. Still, I would have fought through the darkest pits of the deep roads like any true Warden. There's more to it than being able to sense darkspawn. Warden Blackwall would have agreed.
You helped at Adamant.
The Wardens at Adamant listened to you. They saw you as one of their own.
Perhaps it takes an outsider to show how much of yourself you've lost. I never understood the reality of being a Warden. I only saw the ideal. I suppose I reminded them of something they'd forgotten.
You have a lot of respect for the Wardens.
They take all men, from the most noble to the most despicable, and make them equals. I needed to believe something like that was possible.
Why were you recruited?
Why did Blackwall want to recruit you?
He never told me. I don't know what he saw that day besides some wreck starting a bar fight. That night, I taught some village militia a painful lesson about harassing the tavern girl. Didn't know I had an audience.
Well, that seems noble.
I can see why the Warden was impressed.
You're assuming my intentions were noble. Told the girl to keep the wine coming. She couldn't, not with those louts bothering her. Something had to be done.
We'll continue this another time.
Inquisitor?
What do you think of the Inquisition?
I just know
Yep,
that you
yep,
could shake
yep.
this world to its foundation. Later then.
Alright.
You have to admit, it looks bad.
It looks like a lot of things, except what you're thinking.
It's obvious Halam Shiral is under the thumb of that elf. She used the Corypheus threat as her road to power.
And just trusted that our forces would show up before the entire place was slaughtered?
Maybe. If I knew how a plan like that worked, would I be here with you?
I'm not sure you know how words work.
Okay.
Were you there? Did you see what they did?
Straight across the throat, like it was nothing.
Shit. What goes on in their heads?
Blight. Blight goes on. Never forget that.
Yep. Okay. Let's talk to... Well, hold on.
I saw him just walking free.
That was a decision, and it was well considered.
After what he did?
I knew many killed in war. Sadly, in a game of power decided by heirs, only one target matters.
You're a cold prick. You know that.
So not everyone's happy about that.